fragrance lingered, as did her voice like a song. Souls meeting the stars. Yeah. You know that feeling when the poetry is right? That feeling that this is stars, you can just touch them. And it was true. Her fragrance lingered, as did her voice like a song. Souls meeting the stars, yeah. All right, so here we go. Fasten your seatbelts, everybody. All of your bodies. Keep it together. Let's start with a breath, okay? Let's just get a breath in here. The listening breath, all right? Just a deep, deep breath in, yeah. And a deep breath out, yeah. Feel it, man. Feel it. Because the name of this hexagram, this Ka, is number 51, Jin, the rousing. Get ready to be roused. Above and below, they're the same. What is above is below. Shake, arousal, thunder, inspiration, and laughter. Ooh, I'll take that combination any day. Thank you very much, Ching. So the wisdom. Thunder shakes the roof. You go back to sleep. Big thunder comes again. This time, you wake up. Wake up. Wake up. A powerful time has arrived. It's a time of manifestation, manifesting as a great shaking. The great arousal in your senses, man. Your senses are turned on and they are keen. They are sharp as a knife, but now you feel torn. Is this excitement? Or wait a minute, is this fear? Oh, that's it, man. Tearing yourself apart between excitement and fear. Well, you got to choose. Which one is going to benefit you? Do you let the fear cause you to back away from opportunity? Letting the thunder pass as you pull the covers over your head and wishing you didn't have to choose? Or do you risk it all and jump into the unknown? We know the answer. Jump empty-handed into the void. These are powerful times, and we're coming through powerful times. You know, we're shifting geography. We're shifting the internal geography as well. Is that my heart beating in my belly? Ooh, things are shifting. Yeah. Well, it is the time to choose. You choose what will benefit you. So dig it. The disappointments, the losses, the catastrophes are informing you that this is the time of awakening. Once awakened, you're jolted into clear consciousness and are fully awake. So awake and clear, you might find it difficult to trust your intuition. Or, what do you trust? Or who do you trust? Who's on the horizon? Are you going to wait any longer? Maybe not, huh? Maybe not. Well, recent events have happened. They've disturbed you. You know, you've had to make some calls and say, well, you know what? I can't make it. I got things to do. I got a lot of internal work going on, so I just can't make it, you know. And it can disturb you and it can shake you right down to the core. But you've made the decision. You cannot afford to avoid this shakeup. As you are now stripped bare of your long trusted shields, the ones that have protected you. Sometimes they're the lie, right? Or the lie that's protected you against change or creation or love. Now's the time to drop the shield. You see, the universe is speaking very loudly now. As you leave the analytical mind in the dust and move to your emotional and your spiritual core. Now, this can be scary. But look, fear is part of the deal. And if you don't feel a bit of fear, something's wrong. You see, fear is an emotion that can be the impetus to change and honesty. You'll find clarity when you stop lying to yourself and you stop lying to those around you. And sometimes the lie is not even in words. Sometimes the lie is in action. Your lies are in your silence. Not speaking up for what is for the greater good for you, your community, this planet, and our good earth. Were you to ignore these signs and go back to sleep, you'd wake up in a world that you don't really want. Not the time to pull up the covers and avoid the change that's here, because the change is here and it's time to do it. It's time to plant your feet down and say, all right, I am in the right place at the right time, at the right moment. Get off my back. Hey, think back to that silent dialogue that you had on the inside. That one you've been having since you started the process. The unspoken sentences that began with a plea to spirit where you said, I wish, I want to release. All right. Well, you're going to be heard, because when you want, when you wish, when you want to release, you're calling to spirit helpers, and never doubt that you have spirit helpers. They're going to come and they're going to be by your side. You don't have to imagine it, because it's real. The shaking, the shock that you feel is what we call thunderous power of manifestation, your power of manifestation. It may come as a surprise, as you find you really did it. You really did it. You called for the change, and it's here. Now embrace it, you see. It's the cycle, so you're in it. The cycle of birth, the cycle of death, the cycle of progressive enlightenment. And you are the magus. You are the magician. So now, with dignity, with grace, accept it and have gratitude and be in reverence that this shakeup is in the perfect order of the divine plan. And it would not have come if you were not ready. All right, man. You say, yeah, a lot of people listen. How can everybody be ready? You are. If you hear this and your feet are on the ground, you're ready. The Tibetan monks, I think it started with them, and they said, the ideal person has their feet on the ground and head in the clouds. Yep. Meet me there. You see, the process now is self-examination in coming to your authenticity and your truth. You're not going to find out who you are in the reflection of another being. You're not going to find who you are in your job, even in your art. Or a teacher is not going to show you who you are. Not even a book that you favored is going to give you a clue. You see, it's the alchemical mix of all these things and experience that although people and events in your life are reflecting something important back to you, you're going to do it and embrace it and see where it is that you are, and you'll be able to understand that this is the correct time in your personal growth. This is the right time to acknowledge who you really are. Who am I? And go into saying, who you are. Oh, yeah, you're maybe you're a husband, maybe you're a wife, a brother, a sister, an uncle, an aunt. Who are you? You're a worker. You're a dancer. All of it, and it's all equally important. And most important, or should I say equally important, is who you are not. Look to the old patterns, the ones if you use to kind of slide your way through, slip sliding through life, not really giving any part of yourself, not being in service. Well, deconstruct that, take it apart, because they're tired patterns. Should you remain stagnant and not take the challenge of catastrophic life change, you will begin to take these lies as truth. And if you're living lies as truth, it ain't a pretty cycle. See, this cycle could be a massive setback if you don't take the change, because you're in a forward progress. And don't doubt it, that this forward progress is there for you as you move into this next life cycle. Gently, one foot in front of the other. Now, we want a solution. We want a solution to the events that are happening. We want solution to what's the right relationship. We want the solution, where do I live? We want the solution, should I, shouldn't I? It's not complicated. The complications, you see, are the ego's way to keep you in chaos. And once you embrace the simplicity of your consciousness, you will accept with ease the great transformation that is shaking your inner being. Your benefit now will be an opening to a profound stillness every day as you listen to the inner voice of wisdom, as you listen to your intuition. And in this place, you're going to celebrate. And that's what a time like this is about, is to celebrate, right? And as you celebrate, the ego doesn't come in. It doesn't come in and mess with you, right? Because you're listening to the wisdom, right? If you come into a profound stillness every day, you can listen to the inner voice. That's your intuition. That's your wisdom. And in this place is where you celebrate. Celebrate that you have manifested the power to transform yourself by transforming those things around you, transforming them into beauty, into benefit. All that you will replace with those old, dishonest patterns that you got in the morass as you were going through it. You built it up. Hey, man, no foul, no blame. Sometimes we do that. But when you find yourself believing the lie, then you got to get up and dance and dance your way through it. You see, you're in the experience. And how do you really feel the experience? It's by being alive, and it's by being who you are. Coming to honesty. Honesty in your relationships. Honesty with yourself. As you come to be brutal and selflessly honest. Ask and see where the unresolved issues are. That stuff that gets in the way. It doesn't allow you to take the leap, right? It doesn't allow you to trust. And you got to trust in order to love. You got to trust to let yourself be loved. And that you have been destined now to be a creator of life, to create the love on this path that you're given, and have gratitude for this path. Have gratitude when you wake up in the morning, man. The older we get, the more grateful we are that we wake up. And go gently into the day. And come to where we understand that enlightenment comes to remember who we are. Enlightenment is remembering who you are. Now, these actions could come up against sadness. It could happen that you're questioning yourself. Well, that's part of it. So grieve your losses and stay your path on this sometimes very rocky road less traveled. Through being composed and aware as this virtual thunderbolt hits you, you can guide its strength towards the greater good for yourself first, and that's it. Put yourself first, and then for and with your tribe of fellow pilgrims, because they're there on the road less traveled with you. It might be lonely for a while. Yeah. When we're making advancement, it can get lonely, but it only lasts for a little bit. You see, that lonesomeness, oneness, that's where you'll be found. And the loneliness will transform into a connection with Spirit. And don't doubt that at the gates where you want to go, you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested by the gatekeepers. And there are gatekeepers, and that is the truth. You couldn't really jump into the river Styx without somebody being there saying, don't worry, come on. So understand that this loneliness you might feel, it will indeed connect you with the divine. And do not doubt when you come up against these gatekeepers that you can make it through, you see. To get through, there's an antidote. It's in you. And like we said, it's not a book, a guru, or a self-appointed coach. Watch out for them. It's you. And it's your genetic ancestry waiting to be awakened. The alarm clock is awakening your naked purity. And that naked purity has a name. And that name is love. All right, you come to a place where you're awake. And that's good, you see. You're awake and now you feel fear. So you got to make a choice. Do you do that thing? You stick your head in the sand, cover up your head with a lovely quilt? Possible. And you could do it. But in order to make your progress, go without judgment to face your fears and face your doubts. And if it gets heavy, just look to your gratitude for where you are. Grateful for the body that works. Grateful for the love around you. Grateful for the air. Grateful for our beautiful planet. Grateful for Gaia, and she'll be there for you no matter what. So take advantage of this time. It's the time to hone your character. And as you do, you're sharpening up, man, and you're removing all those little flaws and those wrinkles that nobody sees. You see them. Through the unexpected strength of these challenging events, you're being tempered and you are being made strong. So as we come into what we call the brutal self-examination as you're moving forward, what you're doing, you see, is you're being tempered. You're being made strong. I mean, feel that, see that. That's part of it right now, is being strong and making yourself, through the work, capital W, be without fear. You see, fear will raise its familiar head. Don't doubt that. And you, with your commitment to your growth, to your change, you've summoned these forces of light, and that comes along with it. You are more than you think you are. You're able to face your fears. Do it, and do it head on. There's no guarantee here that you won't get burned a bit. You might get burnt a bit in the fray, and that's possible, you see, and it's likely that you will as you make this agreement. You see, the burn is from the fire of transformation, so understand that. In the acceptance of this is stillness, the grand elixir to salve your wounds. This is all in the proper scheme of things, this thrust into right action, into correctness. It's all part and parcel of the contract that you made with yourself, the contract that you made with Spirit when you chose to be born into this cosmic dance. And you chose to be here in this magnificent time when so much is available. Yeah, there's troubled times sometimes, but so much is there that you can take and you can choose. And you will, when you get to this point, you're going to come to the table of transformation. And you're going to see it laid out there. Every fuel, every food that you need, and you can take it. And then the ego says, hey, stuff some in your pocket for later. Doesn't matter who comes. Just take what you need. Travel light. Travel light. Just one carry-on. One backpack. Take it light as you move. Because this time we need to have clarity and we need to be free. We need to be free of all the weight that we've carried for so long. So here you are on the other end of this listening, and you've chosen to survive. And by doing that, you'll be ready. What for? For joy. Yeah, you're ready for abundance. You see, you've called for it. It's not greed. It's greed if you take too much and don't help somebody along the way. It's greed if you're not of service. It's greed if you treat others with disrespect. Remember, when you disrespect someone, either in your mind or with words, you're disrespecting yourself. You see, it's survival. And it's not outside yourself. It is yourself. There's a force here. The force that Spirit guides you. External teachers will come. You'll hear the voices. You'll hear representatives of the place of clear intuition. But also within us is that calm voice, that centered voice. Even as thunderous events come and ignite the fear, ignite the doubt and feel the pain. But man, staying in your center is the task at hand, nothing more, and certainly nothing less. In all, keep your dignity. Be clear with others. If you can't be clear or you suspect you might tell a lie, just shut up and reboot yourself. It's correct to speak correctly. It's correct to think correctly. And we can change it. Just the snap of a finger, pow. We can do it. That's what thunder. You hear a thunderclap is saying, hey, change. What's that? Feel it. As you keep your dignity and you're kind and you're compassionate, especially with yourself, you're going to be there through it all with a great strength where the ego can yap like a coyote and send it off to the hills. The rewards now, rewards that are greater than great, as you flow with the collective movement toward the greater good, that's unfolding now here on planet Earth. Is that right? Which planet is this? No, it is. Planet Earth. That's where we are. Become the light of transformation. The transformation where you join in kind with your fellow pilgrims, where you walk with each other as a sign of hope to the world. For the world is watching, and don't doubt that. And don't doubt that our world is being watched. All we're seeking, we're longing for the light. So the answer is pretty simple. Be the light. Be the light. Teach peace. And love, be the love that you desire. And in that, you will be met. And there's no doubt about it. Her fragrance lingered, as did her voice like a song. souls meeting the stars. The goddesses come, the heroes come, embrace them. Don't be afraid. Pull them towards you gently, gently. But bring that energy to you. Embrace it. Embrace it with love and dignity and respect. Because your soul knows. Your soul knows. As you move forward and find out who is it that you really are. From here at the 20th parallel in this place called Tulum, I send you all the love that I can muster at this moment in time. And as the Mayan population here, the keepers of the land, they're the keepers. They're the keepers of the earth. Mexico's the keeper of the waters. But here, as they're taking care of the earth, they say, and as do we, in La Kesha Lakin, I am the other you. And sisters and brothers, I like it that way. Yes, I do. Namaste, my brothers. Namaste, my sisters. Honor each other. Do not denigrate the other. For we're all in this together. We're all licking our wounds at some time and then we're dancing. But really, we're all in this together. I've said it a few times. You're in the right place at the right time, and don't forget it. So I say one more time, in La Kesha Lakin, I am the other you. Yeah, that's true. I like it that way. Namaste, y'all. Be good to each other. Be good to yourself. The benefit is in kindness. The benefit is in the love that you can create. Many blessings, y'all. Be the peace that you want. Teach the children well. Be an example. Be a shining light in every step you take. Blessings, blessings, y'all.